Good night, everybody. We are here in metalpr.com, and we have the guys from Sabaton. We are with Joaquin, who's going to answer some of our questions. Hello, Joaquin. How are you?
Hello. Very good, thank you.
This is your first time in Puerto Rico. Have you been here before?
No, first time for us, and I really must say I think we should come back when it's really hot and cold in Sweden and hot here. It's not perfect for us.
Okay. You have a live album who is coming soon, right?
Yes, 20th of September, actually. So in a couple of 2 weeks, then we have an out DVD, Blu-ray. It'll be a couple of 4 shows, actually. It's one in Woodstock, Poland, and then we have London, we have Oberhausen in Germany, and Gothenburg in Sweden.
That's cool. I always ask myself, do live albums are still relevant to the fans?
Well, especially if you, when it comes to the music, I guess it's up to the listener. You want it, buy it. If you don't want it, just don't buy it. It's easy as that, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you consider yourself more of a live band than a studio band?
Most certainly a live band. It's fun to record an album, but it's 10 times more fun to play the songs live anyway.
You are known because you have two fests, the Sabaton Fest and also a cruise. How's the experience to set up the whole thing?
It's fun. Otherwise we wouldn't do it. The cruise obviously is a little bit different from the ones maybe you heard of, the 70,000 tons of metal, where it's actually nice and warm. Kind of a nice cruise, by the way. But our Sabaton cruise is in November or December every year. And it's between Sweden and Finland, so you don't really want to get out on the fucking sun deck. You'll freeze to death. So it's more of an indoor drinking Sabaton party on a boat.
Okay. You will play the Prog Power right after this show. Do you have any kind of theory how power metal has never been so big in the United States?
I have no idea. I guess there aren't enough people with good music taste.
I couldn't agree more. Any changes you have made, especially when you're touring the United States, compared to, for example, Europe, Japan?
Yeah, of course. Smaller production over here. The stage, we couldn't really fit our European festival setup with the pyros and everything. We'll burn the place to the ground, and we don't want to do that. It's a bad thing to do on your first tour. I think you should save that for the last goodbye tour,
Yeah, we don't want another gray white accident here. No, I also noticed that before you were playing outside Europe, you have played almost every venue in Sweden. How hard or easy was to win your fans over in your hometown, your home crowd?
Let's just say Swedish people generally don't like Swedish bands. They like all bands from all other places, but not Sweden. So it took us quite a sweet time. But I would say about 100 in shows and kicking some asses, sooner or later they gotta accept you.
Every metal scene around the world has its own problems that concerns everybody. What would you say is the most of your concerns in your hometown?
So sorry to say this, but too many shitty bands playing. There's a lot of good bands out there, but unfortunately it all ends up with so many bands just doing the same tour over and over and over, never doing any new material, never do anything special on their shows, which means that, sometimes there just aren't enough people for the, proper bands when they arrive to play. We had we've been very lucky, and we didn't have a fall in attendance. We've been more and more people coming to our concerts wherever we go for every time, so we've been really lucky in that sense. But we have, good friends that are really good bands who deliver live, who just barely can make it anymore because, there are 2,000 other bands playing. Everybody's touring at the same time, so everybody's competing about the same. And not everybody has money to see, 5 or 10 concerts a week or, a month.
Yeah, I'm asking this because almost everybody here, especially in Puerto Rico, thinks that Sweden is like very different from any other scene in the world. You have the same problem.
Sweden, I wouldn't say has that problem. It's more of a European problem in general that there's many bands there. Not too many people come to Sweden though, but Swedish problem for me, it's the fucking winter. It's too cold, man. It doesn't have anything to do with metal.
Yeah, I know. You write a lot about war-related things. How does every war impact you as a songwriter?
Well, it's kind of really a paradox, you know, in a sense. I mean, the albums are quite serious. I mean, we are very serious with our music, but when we're playing live, we are happy guys, you know, we're smiling, clapping along, and it can be somewhat of a paradox, actually, seeing as we might be singing about people dying. But every time I write a new song about this, I learn something, and I don't really always like what I learn, you know.
Yeah. Of course, this is a must question. Now with a big crisis over Syria, have you analyzed the whole thing to give us your honest opinion?
Actually, that's up for somebody who does politics. We do tell history, you know. I don't like politics or religion. That's not for us, man.
That's cool. Besides Mexico and Puerto Rico, I know you will be playing in Costa Rica pretty soon.
Yeah, December.
You haven't played any other country in Latin America, but when our brothers from South America can expect Sabaton to play down there?
As soon as possible, I hope. To be honest, it's just been bad timing. We've been, we're booking so long in advance that, just the time when we had an opportunity to go to South America or anywhere else, it's been unlucky that we've been, occupied in Europe or, in the United States or something at that time. So I'd say, don't lose hope. We're fucking coming, but we just gotta get our timing right, because that's one of our biggest problems, timing.
So after the live album who's gonna come out, you already have a new songs already written?
Yeah, actually, we started working on the new album just a few weeks ago, and if nothing fucks up, which it usually doesn't with us, except flights, they fuck up all the time. But the plan is before next summer to have a new Sabaton album out.
Cool. Anyone who want to contact the band, contact any of you, where they can go?
band@sabaton.net. We have no management. That's us.
That's excellent. Do you believe in more personal attention, to have a lot of people, to go through until you actually get to the band?
Yes, I do believe in the more personal thing, and I also believe who would care more about Sabaton than us? So why should somebody else take care of it?
That's a great answer. So anything left you have to tell to the fans?
Really like your weather. really fucking love it, man. I'm gonna get my ass down here. How is the weather here on winter in December?
Almost the same thing. Almost the same.
Right. Maybe I'll get myself a small house here for the cold winter season then. See you in the bar then.
Thank you so much to Jockey and the rest of the guys. We will see Sabaton playing after a couple of minutes, so stay there and get to metalpr.com. See you there.